imagine. You are standing in the middle of an endless wheat field. The wind blows gold around you. This land could feed an entire continent, but people at your feet starve to death. There are no storms. There are no droughts. There is no war. Only one question haunts history. How could millions of people die in the middle of a sea of food? This is the story of Ukraine, 1932. A wheat field turned into a silent grave. Before the Holodomor, Ukraine was known as the breadbasket of Europe. Its black soil was fertile, its fields vast, its grain abundant. The peasants lived modestly but not starving. Wheat was not a luxury, it was life. But in the early 1930s, everything changed. Ukraine was under the Soviet Union, and one man in Moscow wanted to control everything: Joseph Stalin. The startling facts begin. Stalin launches a policy of collectivization. Peasants' land is confiscated. Crops no longer belong to them. Grain is required to be delivered to the government. A quota that is impossible to meet. What if it fails? Houses are searched. Grain is confiscated. The last of the food is confiscated. Peasants who resist are labeled enemies of the state. In 1932, famine began, but this was no ordinary famine. The army was in control of the villages. The exits were blocked. No one was allowed to escape. Grain was still being exported abroad. Meanwhile, inside Ukraine, people were collapsing in the streets. They were eating grass, tree bark, anything to live another day. The entire village fell silent. The schools were empty. The markets were dead. There was no screaming, because there was no energy to speak. The most terrible thing? The outside world barely knew. Journalists were blocked. Facts were twisted. The Soviet Union denied everything. There was no famine, they said. Why Ukraine? Because Ukraine is not just a territory. It is an identity. Its farmers are free-thinking. Its culture is strong. Stalin saw it as a threat. The Holodomor was not just a famine. It was a political tool, a way to break the spirit of a nation without declaring war. For decades, the Holodomor was erased from official history. Talking about it was considered treason. The victims were not celebrated. The truth was locked away. The world only started listening after the Soviet Union collapsed. The Holodomor taught one thing: famine can be created, not by nature, but by force. They died in the wheat fields, not because there was no food, but because the food was confiscated. This is not just Ukrainian history. This is a warning to humanity.